Today's drawing experience at Lyndhurst is to draw this ice cream cone. No shading, just lines. So make sure you have a really, even space to work on. Pick a page in your sketchbook. Make sure your pencil's sharpened. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Today we're going to start with just 3 shapes. No, let's do 4. 4 shapes. We're going to start with a circle, a smaller circle at the top, a more large circle at the bottom, a rectangle that is horizontal down in this space, and a trapezoid that is at the bottom here. Our circles are going to overlap, so let's do this. We're going to start with our circle right here. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect at all because we're going to make this look like a little bit like melty ice cream in the end. And then for a larger circle, maybe we want to make it a little more squishy, like an oval. These are going to be the 2 pieces of ice cream, the 2 scoops of ice cream. And I'm drawing lightly until I get it the way I want it, and then I can trace over it darker. We're not going to do any shading with this today. We're just going to do a line drawing. So make sure these overlap. We're going to create the illusion, which again, that's what we're doing, is creating illusions. We're going to create the illusion of these 2 pieces of ice cream sitting on top of each other. Now, for this rectangle that we're going to draw, this is going to be the top of the cone, and it's just going to touch the bottom, and it's going to be a little shorter here because we want a nice, when I want ice cream, I want a lot of ice cream. You'll see how we're going to do this. So it's just a horizontal little shoebox, side of a shoebox. And I'm drawing lightly because I'm going to create these, as I create these shapes, I'm going to turn them into forms. That's our goal. Okay, I made my trapezoid type shape a little bit too long, and I saw that. So I'll go in here and erase. Okay, let's do this. Let's make this now look more realistic. So we have our top scoop of ice cream, our middle scoop of ice cream, our side rectangle on its side or horizontal, and our trapezoid. Let's start erasing a little bit so we can see an overlap, and it'll look kind of lumpy at first, just like an 8. There we go. And then I think I want to erase this bottom part right here. Okay. So after we do that, let's make this rounded. We're going to put like a little tiny bit of a smile right down here, and then we'll go in and erase. We're going to make this cone look like it's round. It's already starting to take its form. The same kind of angle or degree of circle we have right here, or curved line, we're going to make it the same way up here. And then we'll do the same thing at the top. We don't need to close the top of our cone because we are making the ice cream. The ice cream is going to sit on that cone. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is when people put a scoop on a cone, when the ice cream workers put a scoop on that cone, it kind of puffs out. So we're going to add a backwards parenthesis or a beginning parenthesis right here. Just make it look like it puffs out a little bit. We'll do the same thing up here, except watch this. We're going to make them kind of like a feathery line right here. And then come in and erase the scoop lines right here. Not the scoop lines, but the circle lines. And I'm using a little bit darker lines so you can see what I'm adding on. If you'd like to make darker lines, this will probably be where it ends. Okay, so this is where we can outline the top scoop. Make it how we want it. Also, let's add a little bit of a line right here that kind of shows us it's a squishy kind of ball of meltiness and wonderfulness. I'm going to do this. This is like a parenthesis here. Outline this. look at our ice cream is already done. Look at our ice cream. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit here. I think we should, oh, I don't wanna make it melt. That always makes me so sad. Okay, so across here, maybe you wanna name your cone, like what kind of a cone do you want? Do you want like if your name is Jimmy, maybe you want the Jimmy cone, or if it's Amy, maybe you want the Amy cone, or the Brian cone, or the, I don't know, Jesus cone. It's up to you, whatever you want. So I'm gonna start this here. I'm just gonna write cone on this. And when I do this, I'm gonna write it as neat as I can. And I'm using darker lines. You can make lighter lines because on the cone, it's not gonna be that easy to see. I don't know if you can see this. I curved my lines on this to follow the curve of the cone. See how it sits right on top of there? And now I'm gonna go back. You can outline your cone, but I'm gonna just kind of take my eraser and erase a little bit so it's a little bit more shadowy and it matches a little bit more. We don't have to do a lot of shading on this because it is so perfect on its own. I wanna show you how to put those waffle lines in. And we're gonna do this lightly. We're gonna curve our line just a little bit. Just a little bit. Those waffle cones are so great. This takes a little bit of detail. Think about the kind of ice cream you like. Do you like the chocolate chip? Do you like sprinkles? You can put sprinkles on it. I'm just gonna curve it like this. Curve it like this. Takes on the curve. So it makes our cone not striped, but it makes it look like there's a little bit of waffle to it, like some of the cones have. Okay, so if we want to put ice cream at the top, we'll put, I think we did this last year with donuts if you weren't in the class. They're not just dashes. They're kind of rectangle confetti pieces. Maybe some of them overlap. Remember, we're creating illusions. And I'm making rectangles, and then I remembered last year I kind of rounded them out so they don't look so geometric. Maybe have one like stuck up here. Just go in and erase the space. Might work a little bit better to erase the space. Come in here and make the, oh, mine doesn't have a lot of sprinkles. Maybe you want to put some peanuts on top. It's up to you. But creating illusions means you're going to overlap some things. So here is your ice cream cone. You can add as much of these little sprinkle guys as you want. The crunch coat is always yummy. I don't know if you would dip a cone like this. Ooh, what if you had chocolate chips? Chocolate chips and ice cream are kind of, no, they're irregular kind of sizes like that. Sticking out, we would just do a little shadow right there. I know we said no shading. You don't have to do the shading. But that's our ice cream cone. I hope you're hungry. And keep drawing. Keep paying attention to what you're looking at, and you will see all these shapes around you and how they will work together. Have a good day.